Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's edition of the news. First, let's have a look at the headlines. Second part of budget session of Parliament resumes. Rajya Sabha chairman urges members to sustain positive spirit. Meghalaya is functioning with nearly half of required IAS officers. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma informs State Assembly. Meghalaya government strengthens intelligence network of state police following a series of IED blasts. And in Manipur, newly elected MLAs take oath as members of the 12th Legislative Assembly, process to form BJP-led government. And now for the news in detail. The second part of the budget session of Parliament resumed today. Both the houses returned to their normal seatings in view of decline in COVID-19 cases. On this day, the Rajya Sabha chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu urged the members to sustain the positive spirit of the first part of the session in this part as well. He highlighted that the first part of the session had witnessed no forced adjournment. Earlier, the House made obituary references to the passing away of 4 former members, including industrialist Rahul Bajaj. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma on Monday informed the Assembly that there is a huge deficit of IAS officers in the state government and is working with nearly half of its assigned IAS strength. Replying to a question raised by suspended Congress legislator Ampreen Lingdo, the Chief Minister said Meghalaya has only 41 IAS officers against the total sanction of strength of 77th, stating that the state government had written to the union government in 2019 urging to consider creation of a separate cadre for Meghalaya. He hoped that the state would see more IAS cadres in the future.
The issue here is that, of course, our works are being affected. As mentioned, so we have almost a strength of 77, but as of now, the total number of officers in the state is 41. So we have a huge deficit. As a state, compared to many of the states in the region, so our cadre strength is very much lesser. For example, so the total strength of IS cadre in Manipur is 110, in Tripura is 102, in Nagaland is 91, whereas in Meghalaya it's 77.
The state government will examine the suggestion for leading a delegation of all 60 legislators to the national capital to pursue the implementation of ILP in the state. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma indicated this in the State Assembly on Monday while responding to a suggestion made in this connection by P.T. Saukme during the question hour. He also asserted that the state government would continue to take up with the Centre for immediate implementation of the ILP.
So this process is on, and we are pursuing this matter. The seriousness, as I said, of the government as well as of this House has been established by the resolution that was passed by the government and the resolution that was passed by the House. And therefore, so we will continue to pursue, and we hope that we'll reach a logical conclusion in this line. And I'm definitely open to suggestions that members would like to give in this matter.
Meghalaya Home Minister Lak Menrumboy on Monday said the state police has strengthened its intelligence gathering network, including cybercrime monitoring, following a series of IED blasts in the state in the recent past. Replying to a query by suspended Congress MLA from West Shillong Mohindro Rapsang in the Assembly, the Home Minister also informed that there have been 7 IED blasts reported in the state in the last 5 years. He also stated that arrests have been made in connection with the blast, but did not divulge the details of the arrest.
As of now, I think the police have done the job which they are supposed to do. But having said that, so as I said, that many of the status of this case are lying in some with some commission of inquiry and others. So I didn't want to go.
PHA Minister Reniting Lingdo Tongkhar today informed the House that the government had ordered replacement of pipes which did not fulfill required specification fixed by JJM scheme. Replying to a call attention motion of Umrai legislator George B. Lingdo, the PHA minister said that the government has taken swift action to ensure that pipes supplied for the scheme are of good quality.
The PHE department, Shillong, has received complaints from few divisions on the quality of the GI pipes and hence had directed replacement of the defective pipes from the manufacturing company. No payment is released to the manufacturer if quality issues are noticed in the consignment. My department accords highest priority to maintaining the quality and standards in the procurement of GI pipe from reputed manufacturers, and accordingly there are instructions to this effect that only pipes of approved specifications are to be accepted.
In Manipur, the newly elected members of the 12th Legislative Assembly took oath as members on Monday morning. Pro Tem Speaker S. Rajam administered oath to 60 members at the Assembly Hall. Meanwhile, the BJP, which got the absolute majority in the recently concluded election, is expected to form a government. The leaders of the party have begun discussions for formation of the government and selection of a chief minister candidate. The Society for Urban and Rural Empowerment, JOI, in collaboration with Meghalaya AIDS Control Society, organized a day-long voluntary blood donation camp on Saturday last at Umulong CHC. The camp was organized under the Project Link Worker Scheme. The project aims at reaching out the vulnerable men and women in rural areas with information, knowledge, skills on HIV and its risk reduction. Altogether, 7 donors led by Dr. H. Morman took part in the camp. And now for the weather report. Maximum temperature 26.1 degrees Celsius, minimum temperature 13 degrees Celsius, relative humidity in the morning 55% and in the evening 52%, rainfall nil, forecast weather is most likely to remain dry. Our news bulletin is also available live on our YouTube channel. In addition to watching on television, viewers may visit the DD News Shillong YouTube channel to tune into our daily bulletin. And now for the headlines once again. Second part of budget session of Parliament resumes. Rajya Sabha Chairman urges members to sustain positive spirit. Meghalaya is functioning with nearly half of required IAS officers. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma informs State Assembly. Meghalaya government strengthens intelligence network of state police following a series of IED blast. And in Manipur, newly elected MLAs take oath as members of 12th Legislative Assembly, processed to form BJP-led government. Well, that's all we have for you in today's edition of the news. Do tune in tomorrow at the same time and same channel. Have a good night.
हमारा डेजर्ट आ गया पर हमारी चैंपियन नहीं आई अब तक।
बिल भरने के पहले तो आएगी ना।
So girls, क्या हो रहा है? बिल हो रहा है। चल अपना कार्ड दे।